Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to give you guys insight as to why YouTubers do the things they do. I feel I have enough experience to talk about this topic. I've been doing YouTube for over 7 years. There is a lot of hate that goes around, there's a lot of positivity, it's back and forth, and it's such a hard thing to do as a job. A lot of people don't understand that. So this isn't me hating or moaning about anything, I'm literally just explaining for those of you that don't know what this job is like to do. Because some people will sit there and they will say, all you have to do is just sit there, record a game, talk about it, upload it, that's it. It's nowhere near as simple as that at all. So without boring you on this topic, I'll run you through basically the recording process, and I'll do it pretty much in a nutshell, as efficient and as quick as I possibly can. So obviously you're going to need your equipment. It comes very expensive. My microphone alone is like £120. I'm sitting here with a £180 headset on. I don't need all this stuff, but it's stuff that I've accumulated over the years. I had to spend £1,250 on a PC. I've had to buy 24-inch 1080p gaming monitors, which are like £140 plus each. I've got the brand new Series X, which is a £450 console. I obviously need money and things for if any of that has problems. I've got a £150 like USB audio interface for my headset to plug into. Controllers, like peripherals, mice, keyboards, everything like that. The desk, my desk is £75, and I mean I've taken most of it off, I've just got a little bit left. Then what you have to do after you've got all the equipment is set it all up, even like face cams and stuff, they're like £50 plus, and that's just for your basics. A lot of big YouTubers use like DSLR cameras, which can be like £1,000 plus. So it's very expensive to get into. You obviously don't need that equipment. You pretty much can just record with a potato if you want to. However, quality is not going to be great, and you're not going to build up an audience with that sort of stuff. I started my journey on the 19th of February 2014, but that wasn't actually the very beginning. I had another channel way before, and it just didn't do well. I wasn't happy with it, so I started all over again. So realistically, it's been well over 7 years, but this channel I've had for over 7 years, since the 19th of Feb 2014. Got all my equipment, and then when you can come up with an idea for a video, I have children, I live in my own flat, so I have to try and basically ask them if they can stay in the front room, be quiet, all that sort of stuff, so that I can actually get recording time. And I spend most of my time actually working. I barely get to spend time with my family, so it's like, I mean, in a way it kind of makes it more valuable when I do. But most of my time is sat at this computer pretty much from the moment I wake up until the moment I go to sleep again. I do still go out from time to time, there's no health concerns or anything like that, just basically I sit here and I work a lot. So I come up with a video idea, turn on the Xbox if I'm playing on that, then what I need to do is make sure I've got all the software. You need things like Photoshop, Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere Pro. You need to know how to use a computer. You're going to need capture cards and things, you're going to need lots of different things literally just at your fingertips ready to go, and preferably experience with it too. However, that will just build up over time. Everything I know now is what I've taught myself over the last 7 years, taught myself tutorials and things like that as well. So basically, I turn on my Xbox, I load up OBS, I have to make sure all the settings are right, so any delays I need to put in for microphones. If I'm recording with other people, I use a bit of software called Voice Meter Banana, which basically allows me to record on separate tracks. Because I used to do it the simple way, and it was so much easier, but basically I would have to make sure that the volume of my game sound was down really, really low, so that you could hear the other people. Now it's separated, it makes it a little bit more tricky to edit, but it's so much better because I can change the volumes of all the different audio files however I want to, and do it all separately, so that I can make sure that videos aren't too loud for the game sound, aren't too quiet, that sort of thing. However, when it comes to streaming, that's completely different because you can't do separate audio tracks. So that has to be done through turning the game sound down. But you get all your settings right for OBS, which is the recording software. Everything's good to go. You press the start recording button. You sit there, you record an hour, half an hour, come up with a topic, might take 8 minutes to cover. And then once that's done, it's saved to your PC. I'm very fussy, have folders, thumbnails all over my desktop and stuff. I've got them set out nice and neat, so that I personally know where everything is on my computer. But then with that video file, that's just raw footage, you need to edit. For those that don't edit, sometimes it can work out if you're efficient, but with the way I talk, how fast I talk sometimes, and especially if I need to rush a video and get things out quick, There are mistakes that happen. Through my commentaries, I have to remove a lot of audio just simply because I make mistakes, I trip up on my words and things. So you grab your video file, chuck it in the folder, ready to edit, you load up Sony Vegas or whatever editing software you're using, you start the editing process, which can vary from, depending how much detail you're putting in, how much editing you're doing. It can take anything from, for a simple 5-minute commentary just to put over the top of gameplay, just to cover a topic, it will take me 5-10 minutes. And this is with over 7 years experience. Whereas I've seen people that have to put 4 to 7 days into an edit because of how much detail they're actually putting in. Sound effects, all these different video effects and stuff. And it gets incredibly tricky, especially, I've got quite a powerful beefy PC. And Sony Vegas is just so prone to crashing, lagging, it's horrible, slows down my PC, everything just always goes wrong. But that's just part of the job, you have to put up with it. So you edit the video, you then need to, over the years, make up your own thumbnail style. You can take inspiration from other people with everything you do, just don't straight up copy them. And especially with covering other videos, other topics that you found watching videos, always make sure you credit. So this is kind of tips as well as giving insight. So you do all the editing, the video's rendered, which is another lot of settings that you have to go through. And once it's all set up, it's nice and easy once you know what you're doing. But getting into it, just simply loading Sony Vegas for the first time, that interface is so scary. But you've done the editing, the video's rendered, you load up Photoshop, you make your thumbnail, which can vary from 2 minutes to 6 hours plus. It all depends if you have a template for your style, if you know what your style is. I must have gone through about, 1,000 different thumbnail sort of formats and styles. And I still, to this day, use different ones every now and then for different games and stuff. But once you've done that, you then need to have a channel to upload to. Start uploading your video. You have to go through the metadata. So you don't even just simply press upload and upload a video. You upload, you select your video file, you have to go through your description, then you have to do tags, you have to put it in a playlist. Then you have to make sure if you've got a sponsor that you're including that it's a paid promotion in the video. Then you go through, you have to do your end screen, you have to do this self-certification thing now on YouTube. Then you have to either schedule it, make it public, make it unlisted. There's lots to uploading a video. It's not just as simple as clicking upload. But that's the process in a nutshell, pretty much as quick as I can explain it. You get your equipment, you do your recording, you edit, make the thumbnail, render it all out, make sure it's all working, go back, check for mistakes, possibly have to re-render 3 or 4 times depending how many mistakes there are. I was halfway through a render, which was like a 10 to 12 minute render, so say I was about 5 minutes in, and then I realised that I forgot my Gaussian blurs to go on the background behind images and stuff in the video, so that was a start all over again. See, and then even with all of that, people might think that's simple, but like right now, I've had to just take a couple of minutes out of the commentary, possibly forget what I was talking about. I'm sitting here now holding my youngest daughter. And people might also say, well, that doesn't seem too hard, especially if you've got a 10-minute edit on a video. But I do 2 to 3 videos a day. So another few things I'd like to just chuck in on top of this. And some of this might not seem relevant, but I was sitting there thinking about a couple of things after I did the main portion of the commentary. And it got me thinking, so I wrote this down, and this is what come off my mind. So there must be some value to it, at least in my opinion. So the community, as a whole on YouTube, one of my favourite parts of the job. I'll sit there and reply to as many comments as I can, which is so time consuming. I can sit there for an hour just simply replying to comments when I first wake up. And then all throughout the day I'm constantly checking my phone to look through the app and see which videos have had new comments. I even sit there and reply to videos that are 5 or 6 years old. I've just become more active on Discord as well, and we have loads of chats about stuff, which takes some time out of my day. Some creators physically can't reply because of the amount of comments, and some just choose not to. Some stuff like that can be annoying, especially from a viewer's perspective, because I'm not just a YouTuber, I watch YouTube as well. But just know that even if you don't get a reply, whenever you leave a comment, I'm always reading comments. Every single comment I will see, and sometimes I'm quick, so you guys won't even see a quarter of the hate that I get on a daily basis. And that, just dealing with hate is another balance in itself. I'm that sort of person that doesn't care if someone's hating. I will sometimes sit there and just reply to their message and just put loads of laughing crying faces. I basically troll the trolls, which is again more time out of my day. YouTube isn't easy at all, but that's what I chose to do. I've got a routine for almost everything. Not my upload schedule though, because I can't stand sticking to certain times with things because it's just not me. And especially with having important topics coming up at random times of the day, you can't really just stick to daily uploads anymore. Unless there's like a really big audience for it and you've built up that fan base. When I play a game, there might be a huge topic that everyone's covering, but that's why I sit there and post about things even one person's mentioned, because they're the people that never ever get heard. Outriders has server issues and everybody knows that. Not many people know that weapons and gear can randomly change rarity, or have done for some players. And it's tough doing that sort of thing and covering the smaller topics, because sometimes people can just make stuff up for the attention, but that's the risk I take. And I mean, sometimes even if people are making stuff up, it can still come across as comedy. And I know that a lot of you come to watch the rants and stuff I do just to have a laugh. There's entertainment value to it as well. But some people just get so sensitive and touchy, they just see you for being angry. And I've even had people say, oh, this guy's got kids. How can he have kids when he's this angry? I'm not this angry with my kids. I enjoy the time I spend with my kids. But there are even articles from big gaming news outlets that are wrong. And it's not an easy thing to do. It might seem easy for some people. All you do is just, you search this, you get a Games Radar article, you sit there, read it. Yeah, but it's not that easy. Because some of it can be wrong, you know it's wrong, so you have to avoid that part. Some of it can be wrong and you never know. I am not, for anyone, going to change what I do. This is me, I'm going to stick to it now. I'm going to be that angry gamer that points out the bad in games. I will, however, also point out the good. It just obviously doesn't get viewed as much because negativity spreads faster than positivity. However, I am happy doing what I'm doing. When I'm screaming and shouting, my blood pressure's not affected or anything like that. There's no health concerns, because if there was, I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to risk my health for my job, especially when I have children. So just know that you don't need to worry about me. I've had so many comments and I appreciate it all, but you don't need to worry. I will sit there and I will search as much of the internet as I possibly can every single day, looking for my next topic regarding news in a game, whether it's good or bad, because that's just me, that's what I do. I love being honest, I'm very opinionated, as a lot of you will know. Plus, with games becoming more expensive, companies adding more microtransactions, all this sort of stuff, people do need to be careful. It is my job, I get paid to play these games, so it's my job to pre-order games and buy them day one. I wouldn't sit there and get views posting a video for a game that came out 2 years ago because it was finally finished through updates. I keep the community up to date with games, so posting 5 videos that have the same information might happen, like it has done with Outriders, but it will be just to add value to the video for new faces on the channel, like people that might not know about certain issues. However, there will always be something new in the videos, even if I'm covering older stuff as well. And a lot of you seem to think that leaving a game because it's bad is the best option. But if I did that, then I really wouldn't have many games, especially AAA games, to play. And I'm not that sort of person that takes the easy way out. I will sit there, I will play broken games, and I do enjoy them. 1800 hours in Division 2. I put like 300 hours into Outriders now. I honestly would not post a video about a game I absolutely hated, because it'd be invalid hate. I don't hate for no reason. I sit there doing live streams every now and then and people are like, oh, can you rant for us? Oh, look, this game's so bad. Have you got any rants for us today? I can't make them up on the spot. I have to be genuinely annoyed with what's going on in the game. Like SnowRunner, after they released their first, phase or whatever, first part of the season pass, there was still an issue that crashed the game every time someone in a co-op game accessed the watchtower. I went absolutely apeshit. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. They released an update and they had to do like a 6-hour maintenance in the end. I went mad. Yeah, I can do other stuff during the day. But when I find a video and I feel it's important and then there's delays and stuff, it gets annoying. Like Ghost Recon Breakpoint as well. They had an event that was coming out and they delayed it 2 days before. And then you see Outriders and they say, oh, this patch is coming and it's going to come in 2 days providing the final tests work. Then all of a sudden on the day of release, they leave it till late in the evening. And then they go, oh no, our final tests found something, it's being delayed until next week. So that's like, oh okay, I had a video topic, was going to be able to cover something, but now because an issue's come up, that's had to be delayed, and it's not my fault. So yes, I do get at the devs daily, because they take their community for granted, and yeah, it might only be £60 to some people, but when you're looking at hundreds of millions that these companies are making, it's much bigger than what some people see. And then you get all these content creators that just clickbait. And yeah, sometimes I clickbait, but it's never misleading clickbait. I think of strong titles that are going to possibly generate more views. For an example, Laserbolt. This isn't hate towards Laserbolt, this is just example. He'll sit there, post videos, saying this is guaranteed. Do this expedition on Outriders because you can guarantee this weapon. I see that as clickbait. That annoys me personally, because I know that nothing's guaranteed from those expeditions. But that's what he wants to do as a content creator, that's what gets him views, that's what earns him money, that's his part of the job. So he's going to go ahead and do that. I might call people out on their bullshit, and I might absolutely hate a certain creator, or certain creators. But at the end of the day, they're doing their job. As I said, it's my opinion. That's what like all of my videos are based on. I'm not going to have one of my friends come to me say, oh, I played, I don't know, let's just say Outriders. I played Outriders, absolutely fucking love it. I'm not going to go and make a video say Outriders is the best game in the world because my friend played it. I'm going to play it for myself. I'm going to have my own personal experience and then comment on that. Make a video about that because it's my experience. Because I've had people come to the comments and say, why are you talking about this? I haven't experienced this. No, my video, my channel, my experience. I'm not going to sit there in the comments and go, oh, so how have you experienced Outriders? Tell me in depth. And then go and make a video say, greatest game in the world, 5 legendaries off 2 runs. Not my experience though, someone else's. People do also sometimes forget that they do not have to click on a video. They say, oh, these companies are milking money out of their players. You're milking money out of the views. My videos are free to watch. I don't charge anyone. I'm not going to charge people for carries on Outriders and stuff. I'm not going to buy Outriders like I have on PC, use a trainer, and then say if you want to come in my game and get carried, you've got to pay me 20 quid. Everything I do for the community is completely free. The only thing is I get ad revenue from views on YouTube. I get sponsors every now and then. I have members on the channel, Patreon, and merch. I make money other ways. I don't need to charge people, but people seem to think that I'm milking views out of a game and it's really, really bad because I'm making money from the broken product just like they are. When at the end of the day, it's them that's chosen to give me the money for viewing the video. But people do often forget they don't have to click on a video. I literally had someone comment saying that they only clicked on the video because it was recommended to them, but they absolutely hated the topic that I was talking about. So what was the point of them clicking? There's a thing that YouTube does called impressions, where people will see your thumbnails and titles, and you can go into your analytics and see how many impressions you've had for the month. And it doesn't mean it has to be clicked when it shows up on YouTube. You choose to click it. You can just scroll down and go past that video if you don't want to watch it. But that's all the notes I had, and I know some of that's going to seem irrelevant, and that's not really insight as to why YouTubers do what they do, but it's basically explaining more about what takes up part of my day, and just insight to me personally, because remember, I'm talking about other YouTubers and why we do what we do, but this is basically my experience on the platform. I get up, I look at comments, I reply to them, give everyone some hearts and stuff, turn on my Xbox on my PC, get to editing, record a new video, look for different topics, reply to more comments, get some food, all that sort of stuff. It carries on, and for me, the routine is pretty much the same every single day. But then that's why you'll see some YouTubers getting burnt out, because they just can't get the views that they would typically get on a popular game on their channel because they're trying something different. But that's one tip for any content creators: do not be scared to try other things. You will eventually find something that your audience will enjoy, and you carry on with that, and that's what's going to get you somewhere. People every single day come to the channel. They absolutely hate what I do with the moaning for games. Oh, Born to Game used to be called Born to Bitch, Born to Complain, Born to Whine, Born to Whinge. All this sort of stuff. I don't care, because I'm building up an audience that appreciate what I do, so all them people that don't appreciate it can basically get fucked. I'm not a nasty person at all. Yeah, I hate developers, like some of them, for what they do to their games and what they do to the community. But I still enjoy playing the games, and I can sit there, do a 3-4 hour stream on Outriders and have fun with it, and talk to the community, and we all sit there, we have a laugh about things. Just because I have an opinion, you don't need to hate me. I'm not going to hate you in return, like, you disagree with me, I'm not going to hate you for it. If you're a dickhead, then you can just piss off. But if you have a different opinion, you're entitled to it. I still sit there, have fun. I'm a friendly person, sit there, talk to people all the time. And that's just basically the community part of the video. So what we'll do now, that was actually quite long, we'll transition back to the original video, or the original commentary. The hardest part of it is actually coming up with ideas for videos, and then that's going to basically segue into the next topic, and the final topic of this video, and that's, you can't do what you want to do on YouTube anymore. You will never ever grow an audience, ever. The way I do things, or have done things over the years, is try doing what I want, every now and then. Basically switch through phases, taking inspiration from others, sitting there playing the games that I want to play, putting good, like, entertaining videos out there, and people just don't watch. Sometimes it's not even the audience's fault, it's YouTube and how the algorithm works, and it won't go out to as many people. But regardless, I'm not blaming anyone. I'm happy that everyone just clicks on my videos, like you've clicked on this video to watch it. I appreciate it all. It's just very, like, it puts a massive, massive dent in your motivation. Especially if you spend a long time making a video, and then that video, you typically get 5 to 10k views on your videos, you upload that, it gets 1,000. And videos as well, sometimes they will pick up over time, sometimes they'll just stay dead after the first 3 days. It all depends on the type of video. I did a Star Wars tips video that wasn't even my idea. I took it from the comments, someone asked me to check out the colours, did that video, over 1.6 million views. And then I've done videos like that, was literally like a 5-minute 24 video. Took me maybe 15-20 minutes after I found it to get the video ready to go. I've sat there working on videos for, say, my ultimate crafting, like the satchel crafting for Red Dead Redemption 2. I sat there for 10 hours alone just recording the footage for that. Then had to do all of the editing on 10 hours worth of footage, all the commentary, put all the parts together. Probably took me about a day to work on that one video. Yeah, it's got a decent amount of views. I think it's like 350k plus or something like that. I don't actually remember. But just think, when you can get 4 times the amount of views for literally about 1 or 2% the effort, it really gets you thinking. And every single view is money. Whether people like that or not, that's part of the job, that's how it works. I have 3 children, I need to keep food on their table, a roof over their head, clothes on their back. But you simply cannot do what you want on this platform anymore. And it's been like that for years, it's just getting worse and worse. And it's like that on a lot of other platforms too. An example, I did a video, because I get a lot of people come to the channel and say, oh, you're just 24/7 negative. It's not that I'm negative necessarily, it's just that I see the bad in games. I don't want people wasting their money. But I did a video which was a positive first impressions for Subnautica Below Zero as soon as it got released on Xbox. From previous experience, Fishing Planet, game was out for 4 or 5 years on PC, come to Xbox, did a video, first trophy fish, over 100k views. Every other video after that did really well, so I carried on putting them out. Subnautica Below Zero hit about 800 views in its first day. I uploaded an Outriders angry rant, and that got about 18,000 in roughly the same sort of time it was uploaded. They were uploaded 2 hours 15 minutes apart, so basically after 19-20 hours of Subnautica being uploaded, 800 views. Outriders, 18k. That is such a big difference in the amount of money earned. I'm not sitting here trying to make millions. I don't want to buy Lambos and all that shit. I just want a good, decent income monthly to keep my family going. But then you look at other YouTubers. You have people like the Terrorizer. I was watching a little bit of his stream very recently. He was playing Red Dead Redemption 2. If you go to his channel, 3.8 million subscribers, and you look at his videos with his friends, I don't know, say 500,000 to 1 million views, sometimes less, sometimes more, depends on the video. Then you look at his live stream, and with 3.8 million subscribers, that's subs all over the world. You look at his live stream, playing Red Dead 2, or Red Dead Redemption 2, because I want to, for the maybe 15-20 minutes I was sat there watching, over an hour into his stream, couldn't even get 2,500 people watching. And then it's the same thing for me, because a lot of people say we'll watch you for whatever you play. I don't know if it's the algorithm, I don't know if the videos just don't interest people. And no, I'm not complaining in any way, shape or form. But when I buy a new game that I want to play, whether it's a stupid little simulator that doesn't make any sense, whether it's a funny game that I enjoy, other people might not, or anything like that, if I get games that I want to play, or even cheap little games that I've been given by the developers that I would just like to promote in order to say thank you for giving me a key and appreciating me as a creator, I sit there and do a live stream, 20-30 viewers. Sometimes more, very rarely. Then I play a game like Outriders, where the videos, even for me ranting, are getting lots of views, and I'm getting 150 people plus. When the raid first released for Ghost Recon Breakpoint, that's my peak amount of people watching me. I had over 500 people watching the stream. But then it's also the case of, you can't stick around with one game forever. Outriders, I'm not going to be able to cover for too much longer. I would love to, because the views are nice. But I just simply can't do that, so I need to find another game that's going to hit big. And even with me posting videos that are very helpful, informative, they're not going to do as well as the videos of me moaning about games, because that's just what a big amount of my audience want to see now. So because the audience want to see that, you have to stick with it. If you go and you watch the Angry Joe show, he does an angry review on a game and it hits 1 million plus. Then you'll have something like, let's say for an example, a rapid fire review from Alex. Or if you've got OJ and Alex Misadventures, or whatever they call it, where they're playing random games, they're getting maybe 65k views. So if you are trying to run your channel as a business, you just cannot play what you want anymore. There used to be a time where you could probably get away with it. If you have a look at all these variety gaming channels, unless they're all based around the same thing, like I might get some good views on like little games because it's based around an angry rant or something. But if you're trying to run a business, you have to stick to what the audience wants to watch. You have no choice nowadays. Even some of the bigger channels like Smitty that does like variety content and it's all like humour and comedy and stuff. He even put out a couple of videos saying that I know you guys don't necessarily want to watch this game, but please can you give it a chance. It's just how it works, and I thought I'd give you guys some insight to it. And that's going to do it for the video. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.